Welcome to episode 11 of Duo Doers. In this episode, we'll be focusing on getting our yard ready for the new seed, as well as upgrading our irrigation system. We're doing all this in October to give our grass the best chance to grow and get strong for the summer. This is episode 1 of a 2-part series around renovating our backyard, so make sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified when we post our latest videos. First step of renovating the grass, of course, is to cut it. As you can see, we have tons of yellow patches from not properly watering the grass over the hot summers. So this is one of the reasons we are upgrading the irrigation system to have a better coverage of the lawn. I have a little 13-inch corded lawnmower, so I can only do so much. But if you have a stronger lawnmower, like a 20-inch, then you should put it on its lowest settings and cut the grass. This is known as scalping, and it's going to leave some parts of your lawn bald, but we'll be reseeding it anyway, so it's good. We're also, my luck, we're fighting against a lot of Bermuda grass and a lot of other types of weeds, and they're difficult to get rid of. So after we've mowed and bagged all of our clippings, we're going to follow up with a dose of weed killer. So the one thing I've learned in this process is there's actually different weed killers for the grass. If you have a Bermuda grass, then you have to get something specific to that. Any old weed killer that doesn't burn your lawn, so it's a lawn safe weed killer, is only going to yellow the Bermuda grass and not actually kill it. For some of the more difficult areas, don't be afraid to spray that weed and grass killer. This way you know that that virus of a weed is actually dead. Or you can get Bermuda specific weed killers as well. After we sprayed it and we left it for a couple weeks, we're going to start the process. This is to give it a chance to kill all the weeds before we're going to be rotilling in episode 2. We are lucky and actually put part of the irrigation system in when we first bought the house last year, but we didn't know how this back part was going to turn out. So we waited until now to finish the rest. When doing the irrigation system, it's 90% of digging. Lots of digging going on. You want to dig about an 8 to 12 inch trench along the path that your sprinklers are going to be in. For us, the path was very clear. We went along the edge and kept a little distance from the fence for our plant bed. But if it's unclear to you, definitely invest in a inverted marking spray paint. We used this actually for some of the areas that we still need to dig, as well as where we wanted our sprinkler heads to be. This really helps keep the project aligned with what you had in your mind and make sure that you're following your path. To do all of this digging, I had gotten a new shovel, a 5-inch trench shovel made by Cobalt from Lowe's, and this has officially become my favorite shovel. I know, a little bit weird, but favorite shovel, and it really kicked butt on this project. We did hit a bit of a hard soil during all this digging, and between the shovel and pickaxe, some watering, we're able to get through it. If you don't have a pickaxe for a project like this, then soaking the ground the night before you dig is highly recommended. Even with a pickaxe, we soak the ground a few times to make it a bit easier to dig through. We were using a 2x4 and measuring tape to measure the depth and a small pickaxe to make minor adjustments to get us to the desired depth. Since we are only using a 4-inch risers, we want to ensure our depth is deep enough so that our sprinklers aren't poking their heads out. We're also taking this time to do a few outshoots from the main pipe so we can also water the flower bed we plan on having behind the sprinklers. This will allow us to connect the rain drip system for the trees we're planning on planting. When putting the PVC pipes together, step 1 is to dry fit everything. Don't even think about taking your glue out yet. You've got to dry fit all your fittings together and make all your cuts first. And once everything is cut and ready, you can start gluing everything together. And of course, make adjustments as you're going along, because until you get your pipes on the ground, you're not going to know exactly how everything's fitting together. So we already put the pipes down and we're like, oh, we actually need to cut a little bit more into the closer to the fire pit. So we had to make those adjustments. We're trying to make our cuts, we're trying to make the least amount of cuts, so we're spacing our sprinkler heads about 10 feet apart, which are about the length of the pipes, with offshoots in the middle. If you can space it out every 10 feet or 20 feet, that's what you should do. For our glue, we're using Christie's Red Hot Blue Glue. It smells really bad and it hardens real quick, so you don't have much time to mess around here. There's other types of glue out there that has like a primer and everything that you have to do 2 things on. The Red Hot Blue Glue has never done me wrong, and I stand behind it. First thing we're going to do is take a piece of sandpaper and give it a really quick sand to the insides and outsides of the pipes and fittings. We're using 80 grit sandpaper. Just a few quick twists and you're good. Then we're going to apply the blue glue to the inside of our fittings and the outside of our pipes. When we push them together, we're going to give them a little slight twist when we can, just to do this. Just have to do this over and over again until everything is glued together. Then give it 20 minutes or so to completely dry, even overnight if possible. Then attach your sprinkler heads and give it a pressure test. Check for any leaks definitely before you bury it again. And here's a pro tip for you guys. Turn on the water before putting the sprinkler heads in to clean off any of the dirt that might have gotten into your pipes. For our risers, we're using the Rainbird 1804 adjustable pop-up spray head. You can check them out and everything else we've mentioned in the description below. And that's it. Thanks you guys for watching this episode of Duo Doers. Make sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Duo Doers. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so you are notified about our latest videos. Thank you.